Okay, it's only appropriate that I introduce myself because I don't think I know all of you, right? Let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Quek, and I was the chairman of the IEM Water Resources Technical Division for 2 years, between 2003 to 2005 session, right? For 2 years. I'm a professional engineer, member of IEM. I have been in consultancy for more than 20 years, and I've conducted many workshops on MSMA and also courses on MSMA for IEM. I'm a consulting engineer myself. My bread and butter is actually doing consultancy work. Okay? To share with you some of my track record, the type of work that I have undertaken. Over the years, I've done quite a lot of infrastructure projects around the country. The project that I did includes the review for the double track from Rawang to Ipoh, where there is more than 20 major bridges, hundreds of culverts. This review was done in 2000. If you remember, around year 2000, it came out in the newspaper that the cost for the Rawang to Ipoh stretch was overrun. So the government was very concerned about the cost. It overrun by tens of billions of ringgit. So the government was very concerned, and they asked for the review of the whole design from Rawang to Ipoh. So that's where I came in. We were appointed as the review consultant. And because of our review, we managed to reduce the cost by billions. You know? How did we do that? Yeah? How are we able to reduce the cost just by looking at the design? Because we follow the method in MSMA. You see, we found out that there are a lot of over-design by other consultants involved in the stretch. And we proposed to the government to apply different methods, to use computer modeling. And because of that, we are able to reduce the track levels by up to 3 meters. You know, we reduce the track levels of the double track by up to 3 meters. And then there are certain bridges, we reduce the span by half because we reduce the track level. Because we found out that the original design was far too conservative. And we use the method in MSMA using computer modeling. We are able to reduce the track level by up to 3 meters. And that is a lot of saving in terms of the cost. And because of that, our client were very happy. Our client were very happy. And he told us that we have saved them billions of ringgits. You know, billions. Because just one culvert alone, one culvert, for that stretch, it can mean 1 billion ringgit. A culvert, we reduce the culvert by half. It can be a saving of 500,000 ringgit on one culvert. And don't forget, there are hundreds of culverts there. You know, we found it's over-designed. So that shows that if we understand what we do, then we can give very efficient design to our client. We know what we do. You know, we understand our technical subject very well. We argue using technical ground, using technical basis. We argue with the authority, and we changed our design. We reduced the track level, and even the authority agree with us. In the end, the approving authority told us that, in fact, we don't want you to waste. What for you build the track level so high? There's never flooding. There's never flood in that area. You build the track level higher than the coconut tree. So the kampong there's never been flood. So we propose, we bring down the track level. From the top of the coconut tree, we bring down to the more reasonable level. And the authority agreed with us in the end. They say for this location there's no flood. Why the other consultant go and design so high? Because they're not using the right tools. So that's the reason. Okay, so for the first, the double track, we were appointed to do the review, and subsequently we did the hydraulic design for the double track from Germas to Klang and from Klang to JB. So for these two, there are more than 200 major crossings, hundreds of bridges, hundreds of culverts. So we also use the same approach in MSMA. We come up with a very effective, very efficient design. And the client happy with our work. There's no more review. After we submit, the authority approve, the cost is within budget, everyone is happy. Not like the first one, the Rawang to Ipoh stretch. There was a lot of publicity came out in the newspaper. The Prime Minister at the time also had to come in, because actually it was the engineer who over-designed everything and made the cost higher by billions of ringgit, tens of billions. It's not 1 billion, 1 billion is 1,000 million. You're talking about, tens of thousands of millions is wasted because of inefficient design. So it shows that technical matters very important to us engineers. If we know our technical matters very well, then we can produce very efficient design. It's very efficient. It saves the client money, and then most importantly, we get our fees, right? For consultant, the worst thing is when the client refuses to pay you money. The client says that your design is lousy, don't want to pay you. Then that is the worst thing, right? The worst thing is when the client don't want to pay you because you didn't do a good work. That's not good for your reputation, right? It's not good for your reputation. The client says you're no good. Imagine how insulted you are. You are a professional engineer and the client tells you your design is lousy, cost me billions. We don't want to pay you. We deduct the fees from you. Those of you who are consultant, you can imagine. If you're working for people, never mind the boss. But if you are the boss yourself, this is serious. When the client says you are no good, means all your future job also gone already. Because you don't know your subject matter well. You don't know the technical matter well. You see? So for engineer, it's very important. We must know our bread and butter well. You see, our bread and butter is doing engineering design. We must do it well. We must know the subject matter. We cannot simply tarot. Simply do. Cannot. When the work is on the side, the thing is built, people will know it's oversized. Cost is too high. So all this is very important. So beside all these projects, I've done many other infrastructural projects, big and small. Okay, I've done. So, and I've also been an expert witness for many court cases related to flooding. I've been appointed expert witness for many cases. So let us get started. The introduction, part A. I have half an hour. I have half an hour to do the introduction. Okay, introducing MSMA. What is MSMA? How many of you are actually not from civil background? How many of you are non-civil? Meaning, how many of you are actually from structural and highway and other things? I want to know. Can you put up your hand? How many are not from civil engineering background? Can you put up your hand? So the rest are all from civil. Which means that I can ask questions to all the rest of you randomly because you didn't hand up. So can I have a show of hand? How many are from structural, non-civil background? Now more. Oh, because they don't want me to ask questions. Oh, very smart. Okay, so there's quite a